Hey, how's it going? It's Tim. I'm a freelance photographer and video maker in the UK. Now this week I've been talking to a client about some whiteboard animation and I thought, do you know what? That's a really good subject for just a tip this week. So if you've got After Effects and you want to know how to do these sort of hand-drawn animated write-on type animations for explainer videos, we're going to talk about that. Now for this kind of project I normally start by hand drawing characters onto some paper. I take a photo of my phone, pop it into the computer. But because this is YouTube, I thought let's do something a bit more fun. I thought maybe Rick and Morty would be good candidates for this. So I popped online, found some pictures and popped them into After Effects. With our images in After Effects, we can start on our first one and we're going to start with Rick. So I'm going to drag him down onto the timeline, then go to our settings to make sure the timeline is really long, so 5-10 minutes. The finished animation won't be this long, but when you're drawing this stuff into After Effects, it makes quite a long animation that you need to speed up later on. With that done, we double click on the layer because this effect works actually in the layer rather than in the composition, and then click on the brush at the top. Now in a standard 1920 by 1080 video, I like a 3-point brush. I think that's plenty big enough. Obviously you can just choose the size of the brush that suits your work. And then down here there's the option to choose the effect you want. There's a write-on, there's a single frame. Single frame is nice for animating sort of the blur effect, the glow effects you see on dance videos, that sort of thing. But we want the write-on effect. What this is going to do is it's going to track our movements as we draw, create keyframes, and actually animate that line being drawn, which is super cool. So you simply just trace, in effect, the image you want to use. Now you're not going to have perfect lines, there can be some slight wobbles there. I think that's fine for a whiteboard style video. It's maybe hand drawn, it's all good. So once we've done our first line, we need to drag our timeline along to the end of the animation we've just captured. So as you grab your timeline and pull it along, you actually see the line drawing on. When you finish that line, you can start drawing your next line, which is in this case the next eye. And just repeat this over and over. So draw your line, drag the timeline along to the end of that animated bit of drawing. And keep going until you've done the whole character. So we've got our character drawn, and now we've got this massive long timeline, which is way too long and slow. So if you come back to the composition, what you need to do now is to pre-compose that layer and make sure we've included the effects into our composition. And then we can right-click the new pre-composed layer and choose time remapping. What time remapping does is it basically gives us keyframes that we can drag to choose the speed of our clip. So there's a keyframe at the start and a keyframe at the end of the clip. I'm just going to drag the mouse along to the end of the animation and pop a new keyframe there. And with that done, we can grab that keyframe and pull it to where we want the animation to finish, in doing so speeding it up. So about 2.5-3 seconds is probably enough for this, so I've dragged it along. When we play it back, there you go, super fast, smooth, hand-drawn Rick. And here I've added a Morty and a ray gun. And it starts shaping up to be the start of something kind of fun and nice whiteboard explainer video. That's it. Super quick, easy, and really effective. And clients really like it, which is ace. If you like this kind of video, hit like. And maybe even hit subscribe. I do 2 videos a week with photography and video hints and tips. And until next time, have a lovely week. See ya.